Women have been an integral part of the Israeli military, the IDF, since it was established more than 70 years ago. Just like for their male counterparts, there is a mandatory military conscription for women. For many years, women were, however, confined almost entirely to non-combat positions, a reality that has been changing. More and more women engage today in combat units, and nowhere is it more visible than in the mixed Karakal battalion, where men and women serve together.
I think it's the best service I could had because always the army was a part of my life. When I get to 18, without even thinking and without even asking my mom, I go to Karakal.
Karakal was established nearly 15 years ago, but given the initial skepticism within the army as to the abilities of the women combat soldiers, they were mostly placed in areas seen as relatively quiet at the time, such as the Jordanian and Egyptian borders. But 6 years ago, one event gave the feeling that it may be time to think differently.
In 2012, a woman combatant called Sharon killed 3 terrorists on the Egyptian border. Suddenly, the ethos of a woman combatant took a turn, and people stopped being skeptical.
Standing here on the roof of the tomb of Samuel the prophet, you realize how volatile this region is. Here to my left is Jerusalem, Israel's largest city, and just a short distance to my right is Ramallah, the center of the Palestinian Authority. And in the short distance between the two cities are many Israeli and Palestinian communities. This is exactly the scene where Karakal operates.
The IDF now understands this battalion is just as good as the all-male ones, maybe even better, prompting the army to transfer Karakal to one of the most sensitive areas in the region, the Jerusalem border area. Driving through the various checkpoints in this region, you notice mainly women soldiers ready for any event that may ignite here at any given second, and as far as they're concerned, this is exactly the military service they dreamed about.
It's amazing. I never thought that I could be part of this situations and difficult situations, but it's, I think, the best thing I could ever ask for.
Yes, women do almost every role in the Israeli army today, but the integration was not always easy. In a country with a strong religious establishment and a large number of religious soldiers in combat units, the change was not welcomed by everybody. Various religious figures, including from within the army, raised their voices against the integration, even calling on religious soldiers to refuse to serve in integrated units. For those women serving in Karakal, this is far from being a problem.
We do have actually religious people in our battalion, and they just deal with it because there's no need to be upset about it. I'm not going to stop being a combat soldier because of it.
It may be a somewhat new experience now, but following the success of this battalion, more integrated units are now being planned. Jonathan Regev, I-24 News.